What's going on, guys? Big Mike, the 717 Outlaw, back with you here today. So today we're going to be bringing a different video than the usual sport bike content with the Busa or the R6. Today I'm going to be giving you a few reasons on why you should look into and what you need to know about naked or standard bikes. Alright guys, let's get into it. So for demonstration, we have my buddy's 2011 Yamaha FZ8. These things are incredibly easy to handle. It's basically a dirt bike on steroids. If you come from a dirt bike background, you're gonna love this bike. Has a very upright ride position, gives you plenty of movement on the handlebars. Like, these turn a heck of a lot tighter than a sport bike ever would. Granted, you're not gonna turn your steering wheel tight while you're turning, but very easy. There's a lot more room to lean the bike over into a corner. But again, they're very easy to control. The ride position gives you a lot more physical control of the bike, and the power on most of these is very manageable to do, especially with a very nice front fork setup, whether you modify the suspension or get a bike that just has a really good suspension. But they always have very big dual disc brakes on the front, very nice disc brake on the rear, so you have plenty of stopping power. Just makes these bikes really light and nimble. Now let's look into another fact to look into for these is low maintenance. And now the thing is, they're going to have the same motor maintenance and everything as any other bike, but the big thing is there's no extra body panels, there's no faded scratched windscreens, there's no cracked body panels just in case it falls over. Granted, you drop this, you're going to scratch up your engine case and things like that, but it's less maintenance on body parts and additional features like bags and things like that, especially too if you have some sport bikes and things like that. They have like electronic windscreens and things of that nature. That kind of stuff goes out. These things are the bare bones back for any type of motorcycle, and just since they are bare bones, it just takes out so much that you have to deal with my bikes. Like, I know that the Busa has like some scratched fairings. It has a crack on one of the bolts because I tightened it too much and it cracked one of the fairings. This kind of thing, you just don't have to worry about that. Now granted, there are like panels like this, but on this, it's a lot heavier plastic than what that bike has, so it's a little bit harder to do that. Plus, honestly, you get a nice little rubber O-ring or something to run with your screws, it's less likely to crack, things like that. But that's one thing that makes them low maintenance. Same maintenance as any other bike with coolant, with oil, things like that, but it eliminates the extras of body panels and things of that nature. Now, another thing too to look into for these, because I did say it already, is these bikes are ridiculously fast. Depending, well, it does depend too on whether or not you get like a 500 or 600 7. Even like this is being an 8, you can get a 1000. You can get the Hayabusa. You can get this, a B King Busa, which is basically a naked bike but with the Busa motor. But the big thing is, these are fast. This bike here, I guarantee you can outrun my R6 any day of the week. And it's a naked bike. There's nothing to it. Like, you'd think this would be able to cut through the air a lot better, be a lot more likely to pull out on top. But this bike here will probably walk me any day of the week. They're stupid fast for being such a bare bones bike, but that's what makes them nice, because you come from a dirt bike background, you get a bike that's going to have plenty of power to get the job done for you to have fun, go hang out with friends, and maybe have a little friendly competition. Now, the one other thing that isn't necessarily a big factor with these bikes, but it is one for me. This to me has so much more like cool factor to it, just because everything's exposed. There's nothing fancy about them. They're bare bones, but man, they look so good. I mean, you get to see the exposed exhaust, exposed engine. You can just see everything. And the thing is, if you keep them extremely clean, which my buddy, this thing is in immaculate condition for being 8 years old now, you can't go wrong with it. I mean, there's just so much more curb appeal to this than those two. But it's all personal preference, but to me, these things just have so much more to them, even though there's actually less to them than a sport bike and things like that. These, to me, are the cruiser of the sport bike world, because it's just no fairings. going to look into for these. They're going to be very easy on the wallet. Now, this all is brand dependent. I know if you get a new Yamaha FZ. You can get a brand new FZ07, FZ09, FZ10 from anywhere from $8,000 to maybe $12,000 brand new. I just saw on a dealership the other day up here in Pennsylvania, they had a 2017 FZ09 with 4,000 miles on it in basically brand new condition, and they only wanted about $5,000. So these things do not break the bank, and it's just a pretty nice bike for the money, because you can go with a sport bike. You do have a few pet peeves to deal with having a sport bike as a daily rider versus this, but this is a more bang for your buck bike. Honestly, naked bikes, if you're gonna take anything away from this video, if you come from a dirt bike background, which I did, I've ridden dirt bikes for 15 years now, 14, 15 years. It's basically a dirt bike with more brakes, more motor, and it's street legal. Honestly, these bikes have a way better feel for me to drive as a commuter bike. So much more less strain on your back, things like that. I know I had a cruiser, put a lot of strain on my lower back. The R6 and the Busa, yes, I can kind of slump over the tank a little bit and take some relief off my back, but the naked bikes, I rode this for like 2 hours straight today, and it didn't even phase me. I could have kept going, and it was just a whole different feel than what I'm used to, and I love it. It was really like riding a dirt bike again, but like I said, has a hell of a lot more power, and they're stupid fast. So honestly, guys, I hope that you like this video. I know it was a little different. I want to do more videos like this. I'm actually going to do a video here breaking down the sport bikes a little bit and what you need to know on that, so stay tuned. Also, I'm going to be doing a full review on my buddy's 2011 FZ8, which so far, phenomenal bike to run. We'll definitely have to break it down a little bit more and go more in depth on the feel of this bike. But like I said, hope you guys liked the video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to drop any comments. You want to know anything more about naked bikes that I didn't cover that maybe you want to know. I just thought I'd touch on a few topics that make a buying scenario a little bit more reasonable. And I'll catch you guys on the next upload. Remember, ride safe, ride smart, always wear a helmet. See ya.
Yeah.